least we could do as a country, we need to appreciate the heroes and heroines of COVID-19 pandemic staff. Mr. Speaker, you remember soldiers could not come out of barracks because no one knew how to handle COVID in this country, Mr. Speaker. So that the UHC staff and CHVs, we must look at it, Mr. Speaker. The public debt, I have seen the reasoning of allocating is the public debt, which is approaching 11 trillion, Mr. Speaker. I want to call upon, and I want to challenge the Finance and Budget of National Assembly and the Senate and His Excellency the President, that why don't we do an audit of the public debt, Mr. Speaker, so that we know in these 11 trillion shillings, who do we owe and who owe us, Mr. Speaker? It cannot be that the country pays a public debt that an audit has never been done, Mr. Speaker, of around 11 trillion Kenya shillings. I want to say that one of the things that Parliament can do is to demand an audit of the entire public debt that the country is paying. Because, Mr. Speaker, we have to tax Kenyans. We have to borrow so that we can pay tax. Because in the past, Mr. Speaker, in the past regime, there was reckless and abandonment of borrowing, Mr. Speaker, that we cannot account for. Through the SGR, through the infrastructure roles, Mr. Speaker, we must demand for an audit of public debt in this country of 11 trillion Kenya shillings, Mr. Speaker. And even, Mr. Speaker, it is very disappointing that most of the businessmen in Meru, in Nandi, in Kilifi, in Narok, in Migori, in Garissa, in Isiolo, are suffering because of lack of the payment of pending bills, Mr. Speaker. It cannot be that the controller of budget is releasing money, yet we have pending bills of 185.446 billion Kenya shillings, Mr. Speaker. You are killing our small business. I remember Senator Kisheru was coming up with a bill of startups. How will you support the small businesses in our villages and in our counties if you do not pay pending bill? And you remember the Ladamas motion, Mr. Speaker. We had resolved as a House that the pending bills must be paid. Mr. Speaker, in the last session, the National Treasury issued a circular that counties must give an undertaking of payment of pending bills. But it is sad that the pending bill as of today is 185.46 billion Kenya shillings, with Nairobi leading with over 100 billion Kenya shillings, Mr. Speaker. We must be told where is the money going. When you go to the controller budget, the requisitions have been made. When you come, the pending bills. Mr. Speaker, because we have a problem called voiding of payments, Mr. Speaker, where you take the money to pay X, but they end up paying Y, Mr. Speaker, and we must be told on this public debt, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of equalization fund, under Article 204, that 10 billion, I want to request that the finance and budget must tell the nation what happened to equalization fund. We have been passing time. Nandi is supposed to benefit in Kapchorwa ward, Soba Songo, Mr. Speaker, and Chemelil Chemas ward, although Terik and Chepteroi ward should be beneficiary in Nandi County. But we are yet to get it, Mr. Speaker. I want to challenge that we must also demand a special audit by OAG to look into the equalization fund. And I know Meru is a beneficiary, Kilifi, Mr. Speaker, and many other counties should benefit from equalization fund, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and therefore, even finally on the 50th point is on source revenue, Mr. Speaker, we must agree. The revenue potential, for example, of Nairobi is 63 billion. But when they collect 11 billion, 13 billion, they become excited. The revenue potential of Nandi is 800 billion. But when Sang collects 200 billion, it's to celebrate. Is it a case where a chicken lays an egg and makes a lot of noise as opposed to a cow which gives a lot of milk, Mr. Speaker? We must relook at the own source revenue. For Nandi, we have multinational tea estates, land rates, land rent, among others, Mr. Speaker, so that we can ensure that we support, Mr. Speaker. But I want to challenge counties, and I want to warn governors. No governor is special. Even if you criticize the president, you are not special. We want to tell the governor of Trans Nzoia that he must be held accountable. However much he tries to politicize the issue, he must face the full wrath of the law, Mr. Speaker. And I want even to throw behind, Mr. Speaker, this country people should avoid bad manners. I want to thank Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan for calling out activists who wanted to go and disrupt the peace in Tanzania. In fact, should have detained and prosecuted them because they have taught this country bad manners, Mr. Speaker. These activists, they have taught our people to insult, to undermine, to lose respect to the leadership of this country, Mr. Speaker. Tanzania is a very peaceful country. And what President Samia Suluhu Hassan said, we should respect our countries, Mr. Speaker. There is mutual respect. And I hope as the activists run around East Africa trying to meddle in the internal affairs, they must be put to stop, Mr. Speaker. Because what business would you have to go and meddle in affairs of Tanzania? What business, Mr. Speaker? These activists, and I want to ask President Samia Suluhu Hassan, Mr. Speaker, of Tanzania, to be very careful, because these activists are funded by enemies of Africa who want to destabilize the unity, the peace and tranquility of most African nations, Mr. Speaker. You saw even in the last Gen Z protest, Mr. Speaker, there were allegations that international donors were financing instability, Mr. Speaker, in this country using what we call international donors, Mr. Speaker. So I want to ask the President Samia Suluhu Hassan that in the spirit of East Africa, he should assist us to discipline some of these ill